Hey guys, this is Danny Boy. So I'm definitely going to be using Edie and either James or Ashley or somebody throughout the entirety of the game this time around. If you've watched my previous playthroughs, you know that I generally use one party member throughout the entirety of the game, and then I kind of alternate the second party member, though I did eventually settle on Garrus and Tally in my last playthrough, and I will be using the Scorpion. Really have not gotten much use out of the Scorpion through my playthroughs, don't really use it that terribly much. It is fun. It does suit the Sentinel quite well. And yeah, I finally have group incendiary ammo for a bit more punch. I'm slowly getting more points into tech armor, trying to max it out. Really did not notice a dramatic increase in power as I did so, though, 5% more damage reduction here. Bit faster cooldown on powers there. I don't know. Not really an exciting ability to improve that I've seen. And yes, I know that there is a barrier engine to my left, and it's making this a bit more annoying, but I feel like I can kill these husks with the flamethrower faster than the barrier engine can barrier them. So I'm not really caring too terribly much. I think I was just hit by a swarmer. A commenter mentioned that swarmers are actually quite a bit more annoying in the multiplayer, and that I can understand. Swarmers in the single player are totally inconsequential, assuming that you have living party members, because your party members will just kill them all as they close in on you. Whereas in the multiplayer, you have to rely on team members to do that, and it requires everybody to be situationally aware. I can see it being more of an issue. Plus, you don't have Metagel in the multiplayer to make up for taking damage. I mean, you do, but it's far more limited. From what I've seen, at least. So yeah, that's it for that first fight. Not really a problem. Go-Go Gadget Scorpion does a lot of damage.
Expect trouble.
Next fight. This is a Utukku. I have definitely had far more difficulty on other classes. This was really easy on the Sentinel. Easier than my Vanguard, definitely. And my Engineer, for that matter. Granted, the Engineer was the very first time ever doing it. I don't think I died at all. I might have, but I don't remember. So after maxing tech armor, I do max Reeve. And the big thing for Reeve is just giving it a longer duration, I find, so that it does more damage. Lasts longer, so it'll keep doing damage. It has a really short duration just out of the box. And also just speccing it to increase the damage it does, and then also the damage reduction. You can actually get a tremendous amount of damage reduction through Reeve. Comparable to armor powers, actually, and you can stack it with armor powers. I mentioned this in a previous video, but my strategy was, let's try to make a tank build. Let's go for damage reduction through tech armor, and then also go for damage reduction through Reeve, and see how that goes. Because it might be fun. But the thing is, I've talked about this before, if you follow my playthroughs, I am not big into increasing margin of error, at least not dramatically, and I don't really need it. I mean, I have never really felt like, oh yeah, I had tech armor and I had damage reduction and that allowed me to survive this instance where I wouldn't have survived before. I never really see that. Though maybe I'm just not playing aggressively enough and I'm not getting myself into situations where it really would shine. Right now, in my previous video I used a shotgun and I was more aggressive. In this one I'm kind of just hanging back, using the Scorpion, and it does the job just fine. The Scorpion is really effective. It's a really satisfying weapon. It does give opponents when they die. I would like to use the Striker Assault Rifle, because that actually also shoots exploding ammunition, but it's exclusive to the multiplayer as of right now. I've heard it's not very good, though. I've heard that it doesn't really do that much damage.
Keep the pressure up.
I wouldn't know. I don't have first-hand experience using it. Because getting it is purely based on luck at this point, which is ridiculous. Greedy. So I always take out barrier engines, or just about always take out barrier engines first before closing with a quick overload. I didn't realize that overload did extra damage against barriers in addition to shields for a really, really long time. Not until I was easily 3/4 through my Vanguard playthrough. I had no idea. I thought the rules were the same as Mass Effect 2. I didn't really read the descriptions in detail, or if I did, I just forgot. I assumed that concussive shot was still more effective against barriers, and overload was for shields, and warp is armor and barriers and whatever. Things have changed. It's a problem when you play hundreds of hours of Mass Effect 2, you don't really think things have changed in Mass Effect 3. You think the same rules apply, and they do not. In a lot of different instances. I'm actually fortunate right now. The Ravager is targeting my party members and not me. And I just used a quick grenade on that cluster of swarmers to finish them off. I'm really not having ammo issue right now. Issues with ammo at all. I'm still using the Mnemonic Visor, by the way. You get that in Grissom Academy. I mentioned that before. And we are definitely moving right along in this mission. This is already the first part of the final fight. It's broken up into 2 parts. You destroy one of those nodes to open it and start the first part, and then the second part, you destroy another node. And I was really conscious of husks for this one. I died to husks on my Vanguard once. They just snuck up behind me and flanked me, so I'm trying to prevent that from happening. And see, there's one right here. And he is going for me. And it sucked because... I might actually die. Do I die? No. There was all those cannibals grouped together, eating another cannibal, or whatever. But I wasn't going to allow myself to die. Still, I need to be more situationally aware. I thought that I had party members that could have just killed him and knocked him off me. If you have party members and you're getting attacked by a husk, especially things like throw or concussive shot, they can knock it off you. Well, concussive shot. I don't think there's a party member that actually has throw. So you could use pull, I think, on Javik at least, or singularity on Liara, or whatever. But this guy got really, really close. Ravagers will close on you if they can't get line of sight. They will gradually close on you. They're not that stupid. Though you can circle strafe them, they're incapable of keeping up with you just running around them in circles. At least on my Vanguard I was able to do that. Charge helps though too. Increase your margin of error. Just give you shields back if he does manage to get a rocket on you, or the swarmers become a problem. So here's the second part, another node. Another flamethrower. I actually got pretty good use out of the firestorm on this mission. In actual combat.
The walls are coming down over there. Roger that.
More husks, more husks. It really, really helps to know what's coming, by the way. I've said this before, I can never stress it enough. Prior knowledge is easily half of difficulty, if not significantly more. It's just knowing what's coming, then formulating a strategy, then executing the strategy. But knowing what's coming is easily half of difficulty, if not like 80 to 90%. Once you know everything that's going to come, very easy to counter it. That makes things much easier. I had a lot more trouble on my engineer when I didn't know everything that was going to come. I didn't know what weapons I should use beforehand in the battle. I mean, I knew coming in here that the Scorpion would be fine. I knew it would be helpful. I knew it would really support my playstyle. I'm playing more as a powers build right now. I was more aggressive and more up close in the last episode. This time it's more of a powers build, just hanging back, taking stuff out at range, and then using the Scorpion. The Scorpion pistol is an excellent weapon. It's flexible, it's dynamic. You can hit enemies that are in cover by just shooting a grenade right next to them and then hitting them with the splash. The splash damage, you know, speaking of which. And it does have limited ammo, but it does so much damage, even at level 1. I mean, this is a level 1 Scorpion. And, I don't know if you noticed, but I have forgotten to use incendiary ammo. I just got group incendiary ammo, and I believe I haven't actually equipped it. Again with this. If you tap F, or whatever your melee key is, quickly, when you're being attacked by a husk, it will kill them. But a lot of times, the whole point is it'll just tie you up long enough that their backup can kill you. And this guy doesn't have line of sight on me right now. I'm still kind of wary, but I can just destroy him. Target him with impunity. More swarmers. Squish. So this area is clear. We have, I think, one last portion of this. We do. Well, there's another node. I forgot that there was yet another node. This is a 3-part fight. I actually will be cutting out a death. I die here. I died from a ridiculously asinine grenade. And I couldn't believe that I died. But just for the sake of brevity, not really an educational death. It's just... Suddenly there was a grenade, so don't, you know, stand on grenades, kids, I guess, is the moral of the story. Whatever. Something else that I should stress about the Scorpion is that a big part of the Scorpion is just trigger discipline and using just enough grenades that you need to kill an opponent. So, saving ammo that way, conserving ammo, knowing, you know, does it take 4 grenades to kill a cannibal at full health? Does it take 3? The feeling that it takes 4, but the 4th one is largely overkill. And you'd be better off just finishing them off with power. Though that also depends on whether or not they have armor, and, you know, you need to know all those factors. Because the biggest limitation of the Scorpion, like most of the really heavy-hitting weapons, is their ammo capacity. So in missions where you do have limited ammo, it helps to use just enough to conserve ammo, use just enough grenades to finish off an opponent. And that was close. Too close. Something else you can do with a Scorpion that's fun is, that was also close, is say you shot a grenade and it missed the opponent. It hit the wall behind them, but it's far away. Well, as a Sentinel, you can throw them into the grenade and have it hit them anyway. I actually do that a couple of times on a later mission. I think on Benning or something. Yeah, had some trouble here for some reason. Just Ravager coupled with freaking grenades everywhere and just... Man. Go away. Nobody likes you. I mean, seriously. Seriously? Jeez. And this crack right here, I could actually be shooting through that, but he needs to move in front of it. Something to keep in mind. There's a crack in this wall. And you can just hang back here and do fine. Why all the pain? Should have been looking at my radar a bit more to determine where everything is. I think the issue is just there's swarmers over here. My party members aren't positioned to deal with them. I should have moved them over farther to the left to deal with any swarmers as they came. In fact, I believe I'm realizing this, and I'm trying to go for the sack on the bottom right now to prevent that from being an issue. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more, and have a good one.